Well, the Ford government is set to table legislation today that would reform various parts of Ontario's justice system. For the latest details, let's go live to CP24's Beatrice Vaisman. B.
Jamie, this piece of legislation, this new justice bill, going to be tabled in the chamber here at the legislature in about an hour at 3 o'clock. But we just heard from the Solicitor General, the Attorney General, about what this new bill does. And a big component of it is cracking down on dangerous drivers. Why? Because a 35-year-old father of three was killed by an alleged dangerous driver in August. The law is named after him. It is Andrew's Law. And joining me now, Jordan Cristillo, Andrew's brother. Firstly, thanks so much for talking to us and for being, courageous enough to stand here and talk about your brother and what this bill means. What does it mean to you, to your family?
Well, it means justice. And part of justice is preventing these preventable tragedies from happening to other families. And if my brother's life and death can be one of protecting other people, then that's one way in which we can honor him.
Tell me about how Andrew's Law came to be, Jordan.
Just from seeing a gap in the system that's costing lives. And in this case, it cost my brother his life. And I'm going to make sure I fight to close that gap and honor my brother.
What has that fight been like, knowing that, you're speaking for your family, for thousands of other families who have been impacted by the choices that dangerous drivers make?
Well, we've been very determined to make sure that no other family has to go what ours is going through. And we've also been very supported. We have a huge community of people that have signed petitions, that have shared posts, that have asked for change and stood behind us. And part of that support comes from Premier Ford and his team. They've been in lockstep with us. Every promise they've made to our family has been kept. And it feels really good that we're able to see change happen so quickly. And, no empty words, actual actions.
Tell me about how Andrew's Law is going to help make sure that there are no more families like the Cristillo family who's left to pick up the pieces.
Well, I think a main thing is when you're charged with dangerous driving, not being allowed to get back behind the wheel in 30 days. In this case with my brother, the individual going over 200 kilometers an hour when he hit Ford was back behind the wheel within 30 days. Had that not been the case, maybe my brother would be here today. And when we keep putting these criminals back behind wheels, we're gambling with everyone else's life. And I think gambling's over. We really need to have consequences.
Your brother had 3 beautiful daughters, little ones. What have you told them? What do they know about Andrew's Law and the way that their daddy's name and legacy is living on here and making a difference?
Well, he's always been their hero, and he'll continue.
Yeah. For your family, Jordan, this is going to be the first Christmas without your brother. What do you say to people to make sure that there are no more empty dining seats at Christmas dinner or family celebrations?
Well, we're fighting for you and making sure you don't have to go through what we're going through.
Is there anything else you'd like to see the Ford government do to help protect families and victims of alleged dangerous drivers?
Yeah, I think this is really the start, and there's a lot more we can do. The thing I'm most interested in seeing next is around paying child support when you take a parent's life, not just for impaired drivers, but expand that to dangerous drivers too. So that's a tangible next step I'd like to see happen, as well as continuing to advocate federally for bail reform and justice reform. The sentence structure for people that take a life as a result of dangerous driving is too low, and that needs to be modified to reflect the lifetime sentence that these people create for the families that they destroy.
For your family. Jordan Cristillo, thank you so much for your time, for sharing a piece of your brother with us. Appreciate that. Yep. Thank you. And so again, this piece of legislation, Jamie, is going to be tabled in the House coming up at 3 o'clock. Certainly the Ford government has a majority government, but when it comes to dangerous driving, even opposition leaders told us earlier, they believe that something needs to be done to stop dangerous driving here in this province. Back to you.
Thanks, B.